Coming up in a Sports Rush, two key NFL playoff games in Chicago. The Bears and the Panthers are fighting for a spot in the NFC Championship. East of Chicago, the Indianapolis Colts are picked to win it all, but the Steelers did not give in to the hype.
The Texas Rangers home opener has finally arrived, and after playing 6 games on the road, the Rangers are glad to be home.
Title League coach Mike Owens was a leading candidate for the head coaching vacancy at Abilene Cooper. Not anymore.
It's been a dramatic year for Coach Kenny and son GJ, to say the least. But right now, they're done talking about history. On Friday night, their goal is to make history. Live from a hot, loud Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium crowd, Rush Darwish, Friday football fever. You gotta love it, Danny.
Win for pride, lose so you can get the first overall pick in the NFL draft. That's the situation the Houston Texans are facing. Gilmer coach Jeff Traylor told me earlier in the season, quote, to get to the state championship game, you have to beat the Dangerfield Tigers. Could this be the year? Game on.
What makes Kevin stand out from the rest isn't really his workout regimen. It's the sacrifice he had to make to pursue his Olympic dream. Jacksonville had a big game against Nacogdoches tonight. The scenario was very simple. If Jacksonville wins the game, they go to the playoffs. Well, that didn't happen. A major story broke down before the game started. A player on Jacksonville apparently had an address that was not in the Jacksonville area, which means the player was ineligible. That also means the Indians had to forfeit all 5 games in district this season. The Indians will not play in the playoffs regardless if they win this game tonight. I had a chance to talk with Superintendent Stuart Bird, and here's what he had to say about this very, very unfortunate incident.
We did have a gentleman in a local school district that had seen the youngster in that area and knew he went there last spring.
The difference between last year's John Tyler team and this year's team, the Lions really believe they can win, but their biggest test will be next week when John Tyler will take on the Class 4A defending state champs, the Kilgore Bulldogs. That's going to be a great one. Dan, if you like watching a football game where one team really beats up on the other team, and you should have came to the Tomato Bowl tonight. Jacksonville taking on Pine Tree. No time to waste. Let's take it to the highlights. The Indians attacking big time in this game, especially in the first quarter. Indians charging here. First possession, handoff to Carmen Boyd Anderson. Anderson will not be denied. Takes it 35 yards for the touchdown. 7-0 Indians. Jacksonville defense stepping up big in the first. Matt Hughes throws. Intercepted by Kiara Cook, and Cook is burning up in the end zone. Touchdown Indians, 14-0. Indians leading, Pine Tree bleeding. It was 41-0 at the half. Forget about the second half. Let's take a look at the score. Jacksonville jumps Pine Tree 48-0. Jacksonville gets its first district win of the year. Positive note for Pine Tree. Last year at this time of the year, they had 38 guys on the football team ineligible. This year, only 3. So winning in the classroom still counts. Live from the historic Tomato Bowl, Rush Darwish. Friday football fever. Danny, back to you.
49 career wins, 5 belts in 4 different weight classes. He's regarded as pound for pound the greatest fighter ever. He's Roy Jones Jr. He was in Tyler yesterday. Roy still wants to box, and he's no longer a nice guy.
I mean, here you're saying you're a nice guy, and that's cool. You don't want to be mean, and that's cool. I can respect that.
Yeah.
But why would you want to step in the ring with Bernard Hopkins with this type of mentality?
Me and him are different. Understand me? I understand what he's going to be about, what he wants. And for him, I get up for that. Because I knew at one time we were considered 2 of the best.
That's right.
And I whooped him.
Think you're ready right now to KO him, though? That's a lot.
Am I ready?
Are you ready?
Am I ready? Can you spell ready? Too late. I'm already there.
So I think in a span of 5 minutes, you're no longer nice anymore.
Click, and it's over with.
The NFL playoffs are in full effect. We know the Patriots and the Redskins are still in the hunt. 2 more teams advanced after today's competition. Let's start with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals coming strong in the first quarter. This is Carson Palmer dialing deep. Chris Henry makes the catch. It's the most devastating play for the season for the Bengals. Here's why. Carson Palmer goes down, and he's not getting up. Palmer rips his ACL. So here comes the bus. Palmer, see you, man. We'll see you next year. Jerome Bettis busts a 5-yard touchdown. Steelers take the lead. Here comes the top play in the playoffs so far. Antoine Randall L. takes a snap, runs right, throws back to Ben Roethlisberger. He throws down the field to Cedric Wilson. Wilson makes the catch. 43-yard touchdown. Steelers are going to round 2 to face the Colts. Final score, 31-17. The New York Giants and the Carolina Panthers. First quarter, Panthers strike first. Jake Delhomme looking, throwing. Hits up Steve Smith. Touchdown, 7-0 Carolina. What's the matter with this guy? Just bad. Terrible. After an Eli Manning interception, Panthers capitalize. It's Smith. He can catch. Look at him. He can run. Takes to the house. Someone, please find him. Oh, it's just bad. It's a weak end zone celebration. Take some notes from Chad Johnson. 14-0, Panthers leading, Giants bleeding, Eli Manning struggling big time. Panthers picked them up 1, 2, 3 times. Carolina wins 23-0. Panthers, taking on the Bears in the next round. All right, so what's next for Texas star Vince Young? Is he staying in Austin for his senior year, or is he going pro? The Rose Bowl MVP made his decision today. To the ice, the Dallas Stars facing off against the Detroit Red Wings. Detroit came out on fire, scoring 3 unanswered goals, but then the Stars outshined them, scoring 6 unanswered goals. Stars win 6-3 and move into a tie for first place with the Los Angeles Kings in the Pacific Division.